So, why did you join the
Join the Navy?
Yeah, join the Navy.
I was a kid, so I went up to the Army. I thought it was fair that I serve my time serving the country.
What was an everyday meal like?
Well, we had 3 good meals. I was the Navy, so we were at Naval Air Station, so it was almost like a cafeteria. You just go down the line and get what you liked.
What did they have for food?
They had regular breakfast. They had nothing fancy, but food was good.
And how
pretty
much
good.
weight did you lose while you were there?
What?
How much weight did you lose while you were there?
Probably lost about 20, 30 pounds, so I guess the food wasn't that good.
How has your experience in the war affected your view of the world?
Well, when I get out, I wasn't too proud of us being in Vietnam, so I was kind of disappointed that we were there, and I kind of wish the country would be more careful before they got involved with different worldly problems.
Mm-hmm. So, when people came back from Vietnam, it wasn't really like a celebrated thing.
No, we weren't. They took it out on the servicemen, which it wasn't their fault where they were and what they were just doing their duty, and it's the government that got them involved with this problem.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't fair to them, but they didn't come back to a hero's reception like most of the other wars we were in.
So, were you directly?
No, I wasn't. I was mostly on base, and when I got off base, I was just civilian clothes, so I didn't get involved with crowds or any problems.
What comes to mind when you hear Vietnam?
Vietnam? That we were kind of sucked into a problem that we shouldn't have been involved with. It was just it's the same country was taken over probably a dozen different times, or a dozen different countries. They just we had no right to be there to tell them the way they should run their government.
Mm-hmm. What was your happiest memory from being in the war?
Well, I enjoyed flying. I was a sonar operator on a P-2 patrol bomber, and I used to like the crew, and we did things together. We were together, and that was probably the best thing that I enjoyed. What I remember about Vietnam.
What was your least happiest memory? Your darkest memory?
My least favorite? No. I don't know, hearing news maybe about how many of the Americans were killed or wounded, and we didn't get the full true story about. As you can tell, I'm not too far the Vietnam War, but it was kind of disturbing.
Describe a memorable person you met.
I met a pilot who was coming in for a landing, and his landing gear didn't come down. It was I think it was nose gear, and he was able to land the airplane and keep the nose up until he almost came to a stop and lower it, and there was nobody got hurt, and there was no major damage.
What was he like as a person?
What
was he like?
Oh, it's a pilot. This wise guy pilot, like your dad.
Who else have you shared your experience?
Who else? What?
Who else have you shared your experience with?
Nobody. Well, maybe my wife. I told her a few things, but there wasn't really. I didn't feel like it really did that much to affect the war in Vietnam.
So you were a mechanic.
No, while I was in the service, I was an electronics technician. I flew as a sonar operator. You know, we were looking for Russian subs. The Vietnamese didn't have any, so we were. You'd fly around Vietnam and looking for any. They would lay mines, something in harbors, so you could kind of keep an eye on that. But yeah, I didn't find any submarines.
What was the medical service and care like?
Was the medical service?
Service and care, like what was that
Oh,
like?
excellent. You know, any problems they would take care of, and always on top of things. They didn't want anybody to be there. What you know, any difficulties.
Mm-hmm. Describe how you stayed in touch with your family.
Mail. You know, we had no computers, so it was either mail or phone calls, and that was a good part of the day. Was getting some mail from home.
How often did you like send mail back and forth, like once a day?
No, I would probably write once a week or something like that, and I would get mail probably every couple of days from home.
That's nice. Can you describe an average day, like while you were there? What you would do?
Yeah, we would get up early in the morning, fuel up, do a pre-check on the aircraft, get the crew together. We'd find out what the mission was, where we were supposed to be looking, what we were supposed to be looking for, and then we'd fly. And the aircraft would able to stay up for 5-6 hours. It's a long-range patrol bomber, and we there for it seemed like a long time in the year, 6 hours, but we would just search, and you know we practice depth charging, and that was about it.
How did your family react when they found out you were
in service?
Yeah.
I think they're kind of proud. You know that a lot of people would really against Vietnam at the beginning, but I think as things went along, people saw that you shouldn't fault the servicemen for the problem we were in.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they were like scared at all, or?
No, I don't think. I don't know. I don't think so.
How did you feel in your first days there? Like
in my what?
In your first days when you were there.
How did I feel? Well, I wasn't ever in Vietnam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we patrol the area, but you know, I never
Didn't really
got
fight
in the country itself.
How did the citizens? Oh wait, no, you weren't actually there. Why did you want to join the branch, the
Navy?
Yeah, Navy.
I don't know. Just growing up, I always loved the Navy. I liked the ocean, I liked sailing, and I thought I'd get aboard a carrier, or because I like aircraft too. But I wound up being on a patrol bomber, which don't go on aircraft carriers. So I was at an air station, and but I was proud of the Navy.
How's the Navy different from the other branches?
I think they're smarter people. They don't have to get too involved like the Army and Marines, or ground soldiers, and I don't know, just more more technical, and I was more interested in that.
What was one moment that you were proud of?
I saved the whole crew. No, I didn't. I don't know. I can't think of something that was any better than any other day.
Let's see. How did you end up here in Reading after?
Well, after I get out of the service, I went to work for an airline, and I was a mechanic for overall about 40 years. So I would just move from house to house after I get married. And is that what you want?
Well, I mean, what other places? Like, how many places did you live in before ending up here?
Okay, I started in East Boston, then I went to Wilmington twice, then I went to Reading. I guess that's all. Massachusetts.
Let's see. Why did you agree to do this interview?
Because I love my granddaughter. And I didn't really want to do it, but I guess she had to have somebody do it, so that's me.
Well, why didn't you want to do it?
I didn't want to do it.
Why?
Why didn't I want to do it? Because I didn't want to have to think about every little thing monotonous thing that I did while I was in the service, and I'm not much of a storyteller anyway.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember like the day that you enlisted, or?
Enlisted?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny because I didn't want to go in the Army, so I decided to join the Navy. So when I was taking my physical, I passed everything, and I got to the last step, and the naval doctor was inspecting and said, you're lucky you joined the Navy, because with your feet, you wouldn't have been able to get in the Army.
Flat feet.
I had flat feet. So I joined the Navy, but I might have didn't have to.
I already asked how your experience has affected your view of the world.
What's that?
Did I already ask how has your experience affected your view of the world?
You did ask that.
I did? Yeah.
Did he? I just feel that the people that get us involved with things don't have much to lose with this. They don't mind sending kids over to serve or go to war, and they don't usually have their sons or people involved. So it doesn't seem to be too fair.
You said kind of had no business being there, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. No, I don't think we should have been there.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Well, because why should we go to somebody else's country and tell them the way they should run the government, or like the wound up in Iraq and Afghanistan, we're kind of throwing it, but it seems like we're copying, doing the same things wrong we did in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
How are we doing for questions?
Running low. Thought that would be a little bit longer. So, after the war ended, everyone came back, and it wasn't really, it wasn't a celebrated thing.
No, it wasn't.
And, so you never really had any run-in with people who were, angry about it?
No, I never did, because, the situation I was in, I wasn't in uniform at home at all, and you would just hear people talking about how the service guys were baby killers, and they were brutal, but if you weren't there, you don't know what they went through.
Mm-hmm. How did that affect you? Because you weren't on the front lines,
no.
But you obviously, you know, still.
Oh, you
like,
felt sorry
helping,
for the
you
people
know.
that were there.
Yeah. What was some of the work you did? So, I mean, you checked for submarines and things like that.
What was the worst I had to go through?
Yeah.
Have to get up early in the morning to fly on a patrol. There was no really, we had no problem. They didn't have any problem with the aircraft. You know, there was never any serious. I never had serious problems. Just did the job.
I mean, that's good.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing special. You should have got. Are we off now?
You should have got
Yeah,
cousin
because we
Eddie
could
to
have
do
got
it.
a cousin Eddie. He was in Vietnam in the jungle. He was flying helicopters, and he really, matter of fact, he won't say much, so they don't like to talk about what they went through.
Yeah.
He won't even go to see fireworks now.
Yeah,
He's afraid.
and he gets allowances for being in the jungle. That this Agent Orange, they were spraying in jungles, and they wound up his kids. One kid had died. She died.
Cancer. No, but bad cancer.
Yeah.
And they think it's from.
And it's
him.
contributing to what he went through in Vietnam. So we should have probably grabbed him.
All right.
Got me out of it.
Okay, well, thank you.
Okay, kid.